Sit with me for a moment and allow the world to slow down. Because in a time that celebrates doing more, moving faster, and chasing everything at once, there is a quiet strength in doing one thing well. Early in my journey, I believe growth came from adding more practices, more knowledge, more effort. But over time, I learned that depth creates far more power than breadth. When the mind is scattered, energy leaks away. But when attention is focused, even the smallest action becomes meaningful. This was the first lesson silence taught me. In the monastery, our days were simple. We swept the same paths, washed the same bowls, and repeated the same practices every day. At first, this felt limiting, even boring, but my teacher reminded me gently, when you do one thing fully, you are never wasting time. That became the first code I lived by. Focus turns ordinary actions into sacred acts. When sweeping was the only task in the world, it was done with care. When listening was the only task, it was done with presence. Slowly, I noticed my mind becoming calmer, clearer, and more patient. Many people today feel exhausted, not because they do too much, but because they do too many things halfway. The mind jumps from thought to thought, task to task, never settling long enough to feel satisfied. Doing one thing well trains the mind to stay. It teaches discipline without force and effort without strain. This is the second code. What you give your full attention to gives you strength in return. When you commit to one meaningful habit, one goal, or one moment, you build trust with yourself. I once asked my teacher how to know if I was progressing. He pointed to a bowl and said, "Can you wash this bowl with the same care every day?" At first, I didn't understand, but later I realized that mastery is not about impressive achievements. It is about consistency. The person who practices one thing with devotion becomes steady, while the one who chases many things becomes restless. Like water flowing in one direction, focus gains force over time. Doing one thing well also teaches humility. You stop seeking shortcuts and begin respecting the process. You learn to be patient with repetition and gentle with yourself when progress feels slow. This is the third code. Depth is built through devotion, not urgency. Whether it is listening, working, learning, or resting, when you give yourself fully to the present task, you reclaim your time and your peace. So today, I invite you to reflect quietly. Where is your attention divided? What one small thing could you choose to do with care and intention? It may be a habit, a conversation, or a daily responsibility. Do not rush it. Do not multitask it. Do it fully. Because when you learn to do one thing well,